Yes, hi, this is Ahmad Khalil from webkings.ca. Today I'm going to talk about a Composer plugin that I made for Drupal 8. Basically, the goal of this plugin is to transform all current Drupal 8 sites to the recommended template. We can see the recommended template here, the Drupal Composer Drupal project. So what this plugin, my plugin, is going to do is transform your existing Drupal 8 site to this template. And basically, the need to do this is going to be really helpful for future releases of Drupal and Drupal core. If you migrate to this default template, that process is going to be much easier. So that being said, we're going to go to the plugin that I made, which is right here. I'm going to include the URL for this repo in the description of the video. In any case, you can see it here. Basically, what I'm going to focus now on is the intended audience. You have three scenarios. Scenario 1, you originally installed your site using Composer, but using the Drupal deprecated package. And scenario 2, you have installed it from an archive or a zip file. And the final scenario is that you used git clone from drupal.org to install your initial site. In any case, so basically just is going to take this plugin, it's going to take whatever you have as an existing installation and transform it to this template. And yeah, so let's go ahead with the demo. For me, I found the most difficult was scenario 1, which I encountered when I was trying to update a project that I was working on. It was using the Drupal deprecated package. So let's go straight ahead to the demo and see how we're going to use this GoComposer plugin to transform the existing site. Okay, so here is the project I was talking about. It's not at this URL. This is from the vhost file, so it is running right now on my local environment. And you should do this update on your local environment. Okay, so we're gonna see here, we're gonna go to reports, status report, and as you see here, the Drupal core version is 8.5.1. Okay, so let's start updating the site. So we're just gonna go to terminal, and this stock root is at cd sites and cd igo pro. So this is the project root right now for this website. And just first thing, we're gonna double check. You have to make sure that Composer is installed globally. To check that, you just type in Composer -- version. Okay, perfect. So I have Composer installed globally with the version 1.8.0. Okay, so let's go ahead with the update. So I'm just gonna follow the instructions here on the Composer page. Okay, so it's very easy. CD path to the repo, and you require the plugin. So I'm just gonna take this one, copy, and paste. Okay. So it's gonna check the dependencies. Okay, so if you encounter this issue or some conflicting package dependencies and you are unable to require this plugin, it's a very easy fix. Just remove the vendor folder. So right now I am also again in the project root, so I'm just going to type in rm-rf vendor. Okay, let's try again. Require the same plugin. Now it should work. It's gonna reinstall whatever you had in the vendor folder, but it's gonna also install the plugin. Okay, so the plugin now has been installed, and basically to run it, it's very simple. You just take this command, composer GoComposer, and press enter. So let's try it out. Take it and paste it here. Okay. Okay, so this one I recommend not to change it. It's gonna automatically look for the project root to place the final composer.json file. So I'm just gonna click enter, which is the default answer of yes. Okay. And if you want to do a backup, this is an option that you have here. It's gonna back up all the files, and the gonna create also a SQL dump of your current database in the backup folder. Since this project that I'm working on is really big, and backing up all these files is going to take a lot of time, for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to say no right now, but you can try it anyways on your install. So I'm just going to say no. Okay, and this option here basically is telling you which settings.php file you want to use to set up the environment in your final site. Basically always it's going to be this default is going to be one result, because like for a normal site it's just going to have one settings.php. This option has been done for the if somebody is using a multi-site for their install and there's going to be multiple settings.php, he can choose which environment variables he's going to load from which settings.php file. In any case, for our case, it's the default, just one settings.php file. So just press enter. There you go. So now it's going to run the scripts. It has saved the environment to the .env file, and it also saved your original settings.php file to your project root / settings _ orig.php. So what's gonna do now, it's gonna download the latest template that I talked about here. This one, the drupal-project template. It's gonna manually take the structure that you have here and apply it to your existing website. So it's working right now here. Okay, so it's a current step now. It's modifying your file structure to the template. Okay, running the final script. Here, if you get these prompts, just click yes. Again, I'm going to click yes. Okay, and the final step is to run drudge updb to update the database. To do that, you just press enter. It's running the updates. I have a lot of modules, so it's taking a lot of time, but it should be okay. Okay, so hopefully now everything works. Just you can point out this message. You have to update the vhost file because now your Drupal root has been moved to the /web directory. Any case, let's check our install right now. Cache rebuild. And rush status to see what version we have right now. Okay, so we see here it is the latest version, 8.6.5. Okay, so let me change now, go to the step to change the vhost file. I'm gonna go here, it's in the extra folder. I'm gonna open this with Sublime Text, and just here, this is the virtual host for this one. In the path, I'm just gonna add in /web, save it, close the file, go back here, restart Apache. Okay, type the password. Oh, made a mistake typing the command. Okay, let's try again. Sudo Apache restart. Okay. Okay, so restarted. Let's go to the site. Let's go to the site and type it again. Local.igopro. Enter. Oh, let's try it again. Local.igopro. There you go. So perfectly running. Let's check the status report. You see here, perfect. It has been updated to the latest version 8.6.5. Plus now it has the new template for this current install of Drupal. And yeah, so everything is working fine. Just to double check, make sure, I'm just gonna run update.php, but I shouldn't say anything because we already ran the drush up db command. So let's check it out. Okay, it's telling you back up your code, the database. Let's continue. Okay, so there's no pending updates. Okay, perfect. Front page. And as you see here, everything's working fine. This I'm gonna show here. This is your final folder structure. It's gonna look like this. Basically, if you selected you want to back up everything, it's gonna have them in the project root in the backup folder. In the project root now you're gonna find also the drush folder, scripts folder, vendor folder, and these other files, the composer.json, composer.log, load environment.php, and the .env variable env file. And this one, web, is gonna be the new Drupal root. In it, you're gonna find the usual directories, which are the core, the modules, the profiles, the themes, and the sites folder, plus the index.php and the update.php file. I just want to point out one last thing. This is a new feature that has been implemented and is going to be implemented in future Drupal releases, which is loading the environment variables from the .env file. So let me show you the .env file and how it looks like. So right now here I am in the project root, and it should have created the .env file. So let's check it out using Sublime here. Okay, and look at it. There you go. So it has here for all the variables their current settings for this environment. And basically, if you wanna, for example, if you change your database name or stuff like that, or the password, you implement the changes here. Because if we look now at the settings.php file, let's look at it. Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be in the web folder, and Sublime sites / default / settings.php. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to the end where the database credentials are. And as you see here, is just pulling the environment variables that you have defined in the .env file. So it's just basically this has been done as an extra security feature because the .env files outside the Drupal root, so it's much safer this way. And yeah, so that's it, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy using this plugin. It's gonna make basically a unified template for all current existing Drupal 8 sites, which is in turn gonna help you in the future for any new releases of Drupal. Drupal core is the update is gonna go much smoother. And yeah, so thank you for listening. And if you have any problems, questions, or issues you want to discuss, just go to here, the actual repo page, and you can click on issues and put in your issue. Thank you very much and enjoy.